Want some water?
I'm good, thank you.
I'd love some water. Yeah.
What do you want?
I got you.
Thank you.
Special.
He's buying. He's buying. Okay.
You want some, Tyrese?
I'm good, thank you.
General comment when you're ready.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to give you the best rundown of that game. It's still a blur to me. I just thought our team had great fight. Incredible fight, stepping up. Coop and Malik being out. And I thought, Tyrese and Khan in particular, they just had a great presence about them. Our defense was great in the first half, and then the second half, we knew they'd put more pressure on our defense with their transition, and probably had a couple of turnovers we wish we could get back to get them going. But just you have to make enough winning plays, and tonight we made one more winning play than they did to get the win. But a ton of respect for them. We knew this would be a heck of a game, and couldn't be more proud of our team. But these two guys sitting next to me with what they did. I want to say one more thing too about both of them. Khan's 2 free throws were huge. Puts us up 3. That's a big difference. And I thought Tyrese maybe had the shot of the game. We were up 4. Just we couldn't score. They were scoring every time down. He had a pull-up to put us up 6 where it rolled in. That was a big basket for us to get some breathing room. But really proud of our team.
Okay, the Duke locker room's open. We'll be open until 10:09. First question to our left.
Con and Tyrese, could you please walk us through the last defensive sequence on the side out of bounds? Tyrese, I think you started off on Davis, and then you guys had to switch off of it.
Yeah, side out of bounds. We were just in our defense, and we were switching everything. And, it was no threes, no fouls, and that's what we did.
I was just guarding Powell in the corner. Saw the guys out there switch it pretty well. Didn't look like much was open, so I settled for a Van Allen-Lubin fadeaway 3. Yeah.
And reminder, we're taking questions just for the players right now. Front row.
Virginia Tech Television. For the players, what was kind of going through your heads when UNC had that lane violation at the very end? What was the kind of reaction from the entire team?
Yeah, I'd never seen anything like that before, and especially up 1. Yeah. That was very interesting. But, we were obviously pretty happy they didn't even get a shot at tying it.
I agree with everything he said.
Let's get the ball in.
Bob Holliday, WRL.com. It was a 30-24 game, and then you guys finished on a 15-0 run. What was going well during the last 5 minutes of the first half? You were making everything. They were forcing turnovers, putting up tired shots, air balls. What was going well?
I think it was our defense. We were on every 50-50 ball. We were diving on the floor first, and then that just triggered our offense. And offense is contagious if we're playing our defense, and that's what happened.
Yeah, we were just holding them to 1 shot, getting the rebound, and then we were living in their paint, and that's something we want to do as a team all the time, and we did that very well in that run.
Front left.
This is for both players, guys. When UNC finally gets it back within single digits, what goes through your head, and what mentality did you have to change into to keep them from taking the lead?
I think we're in the same mentality, just win the game. Coach always talks about find a way to win, and it was one of those games. It was a war, and I think we just found a way to win.
Yeah, back right there.
Somebody.
Charlie Reyes with ESPN. What does playing in the ACC championship mean to you guys personally?
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Good to get 2 wins and play for the title tomorrow. We'll be ready, and it's a great challenge to get a second championship here this season.
I won it freshman year, and it's a great feeling. And like Con said, we one win away now, so all our focus is on tomorrow.
Third row.
Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. Pat obviously got a lot of time today. The lobs, Con, are they just, it doesn't matter which big guy is out there? Does it take time to build that chemistry? There was a ton of them.
Yeah, those guys are very, very good. They practice that a lot. Me and Kaman more so, especially in the games. But Pat's fully capable. He's got his long arms. And yeah, when the big guy steps up, I'm throwing it up there to him.
Second row right.
Marvin Parker Jr., WLOS Asheville. You just beat a rival 3 times. How does that feel? Has it sunk in at all?
Feels great.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. It's also somewhere I don't think it's happened for a while.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm very happy. I'm very happy with our guys.
Front row.
So for the title game tomorrow, you'd be playing the winner between Louisville and Clemson, both very good teams. What's got to be the strategy in order to keep a clear head going into tomorrow?
These guys haven't even seen them yet, so I haven't even seen them. So do what we do. You guys can answer. But
Just play our game, no matter who we play.
just don't predict a winner, or that's just my.
Any other questions? Oh,
Screwing you guys up.
right there.
That was good.
Question for Con. You and Seth both grew up playing basketball in the Milwaukee area. What kind of a background do you have playing against each other, and your thoughts about him as a player?
We played once in high school. When he was a junior, I was a freshman, and actually the game got postponed because one of my teammates collapsed on the court. Sorry for that. But yeah, I mean, it was pretty sweet to have 3 games against him this year. We work out at the same spots back home. So it's very cool to see him always. He's a super nice guy.
Any other questions for the players? Back left.
So, guys, can you guys describe the roller coaster of emotions of the last 2 games?
Tyrese.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it was a roller coaster up and down, and I think our guys were really level-headed the whole way, and we all believe in each other and trust each other, and I think that's when we play our best basketball, when we're playing together.
I mean, it's awesome for us to have this type of adversity. To be honest, we haven't had a bunch of it this season, so it's great. Not just, I mean, we don't want the injuries. That sucks, but having the close games, close battles down the stretch are big.
Okay, guys, thanks. Appreciate it. Get back to the locker room. See you tomorrow. Okay, questions for Coach? We'll start here in the front row.
Brett Friedlander, Saturday Down South. John, the last 10 minutes of the game, last 6 minutes of the game, when it started getting close, that's usually a time when you give the ball to Coop and kind of let him carry you guys. How much of an adjustment was that, and is that where you missed him the most in that situation?
Well, I think the thing we missed the most, we had some lineups in there we hadn't had. Isaiah started, and so Khan, we were in a little bit of different spots 30 games in, and so some of the execution or the timing probably wasn't to the level I'd want it to be. It happened such a quick turnaround. But overall, I thought our guys did a good job adjusting on the fly. And then we trust, even when Cooper's out there, Tyrese, Khan, Isaiah, Sion. I mean, we have other playmakers besides just Coop, but obviously it's different not having them out there. I mean, of course.
Back left.
Mike Sosner, Wilson Times. Coach, yesterday you talked about when you played Georgia Tech in the tournament, and after that game, Coach Krzyzewski said that you were a player that played without fear. Do you coach without fear, and what does that mean?
Well, for me, it's, look, especially being the coach at Duke, you can't coach being afraid, just where you're coaching not to lose, and that's the biggest thing, I think, when you get in a tournament setting, especially if you're a higher seed or there's quote-unquote expectations on what you're supposed to do. I want our guys to go for it, and that's how I've always been wired. Along with that, there's been lots of failures along the way, man. But I embrace those, and I always try to win, and that's what I want our guys to do. Even though, and it's hard to do in these moments, because when you have a lead, you can try to protect it and have that same mentality. And I thought, obviously some of those turnovers where they could get back in the game. But obviously I think, especially now, mindset's the biggest thing. And I want our guys to have that mindset of going for it. Just go for it. And you're right where, I remind them all the time, you're right where you want to be. This is what you signed up for. And you signed up for these hard moments, and I want our guys to embrace that.
Hey, John, Luke DeCock from the News and Observer. Just first of all, administratively, is there any update on Cooper or Malik that you can share with us?
No, look, so Malik re-dislocated his shoulder. We need to give it a couple days. We need to get back to campus and figure this thing out. You know, obviously there's no expectation of him playing anytime soon. As far as Cooper goes, you know, he's doing better. Sprained ankle, all the imaging came back negative. He sprained it pretty good, though. Like, it's a good sprain. And so, you know, look, I'm not breaking any news. He's not going to play tomorrow. You know, like, he can't play. But, you know, our goal is to have him ready for the tournament. But we need to see how this weekend goes with the swelling and what he can do.
That was actually a much longer answer than I was expecting. So
yeah, I'm generous tonight.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. That stretch in the second half, kind of before it seemed like you guys were struggling a little bit on offense with the turnovers, kind of maybe finding your shots, and then you ended up sort of throwing a couple lobs, and that kind of seemed to get things loosened up. Was that a period where you guys, under normal circumstances, might say, let's clear out for Cooper? Or, I mean, is that a time when normally you would find yourself sort of saying, let's go to the big guy and see what happens?
Well, of course, second half winning time. I mean, Cooper makes so many plays for us. His ability to break down defenders, and teams don't usually want to switch him. And so what happened tonight, you know, they're switching everything. They did a great job jamming us, and they're athletic, man. I mean, those guys, Trimble, Powell, those two guys in particular, Cadeau and Davis, can pressure the ball. They make it hard on you, and so you have to make some plays to break down the defense. I thought we did that. We just, too many careless plays. We have to be stronger with the ball in the second half, and it's not just the fact you don't score. Like, I would rather have had us punt the ball out of bounds a few times, you know, because at least we can set our defense. But once you give them the ball, they're too fast in transition, man. They're going to make you pay.
Third row.
Hey, Coach, Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. Obviously, Cooper's absence gets a ton of attention, but you look a week ago at the UNC game, Malik was such a spark for you. Where did you miss him the most in a game like tonight?
Well, our versatility on defense, you know, we've switched these guys a lot the first two times we played them, and we didn't do that at all tonight. Maybe we should have in the second half, you know, in retrospect. But Malik's defensive versatility, and then for us, he's been a guy on offense we can just play catch with, you know, meaning we can just hit him and get great cutting action off the ball. And so probably those two things are the biggest areas. But I'll tell you what, Pat and Kaman are two freshman big guys, man. They combined for 25, and if my math is right, 25 and 12 between the two of them. I thought they were monsters. I thought they did a great job. If we could have kept them out of foul trouble a little bit better. But besides that, I thought they stepped up in a big way.
Front row.
John Kahn said that he's never seen anything like the lane violation. You've been around a lot longer than he has. Have you?
I'm not sure that's happened before. You know, I'm trying to think back. I'm not sure in that setting, in that situation, where you saw that. But you know, for our team, we've watched every week we've watched either once or twice just different game situations throughout the year. So we've seen a lot of stuff as a team. We just haven't experienced it necessarily. So I think for tonight, to go through the whole game, but the last 5 minutes, I think we're going to learn so much from this moving forward.
Standing on the.
John David Teal with the Virginia Pilot. You mentioned that Kaman and Pat were monsters tonight. We've seen that from Kaman quite a bit, not so much from Pat. Did you kind of expect, without Cooper, that he was going to have to play a bigger role tonight?
Yeah, and obviously without Malik too. And I told our staff, when Pat wasn't ready at the beginning of the year because of his health, so we were getting his health right. We had a great thing with Malik and Kaman, great two-man at that position where we could alternate them. Then Malik got hurt. Pat had been working so hard where really we felt completely confident with Pat being in there. And then Malik came back, and I felt like, man, we got a problem here because we got three really good guys that can all play, but you want to develop where there's some continuity, and it's not 2 minutes playing. So the confidence 100% with Pat is there. It's just a matter of the opportunity, and so you don't want to see that happen with Malik. But the progression that Pat has made the entire year, working on his body, doing extra. He's Coach Will Stevens' best friend. Every day, him and Coach Will are doing extra conditioning, extra stuff in the weight room, and he's really smart, like really, really smart as a big guy. And so I love him, man. And to come through in that moment and just to be ready, he doesn't get shaken at all. He's got great poise.
Last question.
Charlie Reyes, ESPN. Coach, how has the team's chemistry evolved over the season and the tournament?
A lot. I mean, a lot. You know, for this team, we started the non-conference schedule. We knew it would be really challenging, and I think we grew so much from that. And to learn in the Kentucky game, you have to go play at Arizona then. You play Kansas, you come back, play Auburn. I thought we really grew up, in the non-conference. And to see guys that are genuinely happy for one another, and to see guys that genuinely try to grow with what you're asking them to do, which doesn't always happen. I'll use an example tonight. Like Isaiah didn't score, or did he? He had free throws. He didn't make a shot. He had a really good game because of how he guarded. Like if you just watch his defense tonight, he's switching, knowing the scouting report, to see that growth from day one of how far he's come, and obviously his shooting and all of that. But just that's an example. He comes in the Auburn game, and our team couldn't be happier for him. Tonight Caleb comes in the first half, and our team is, going crazy for him. And so I think just having that connection and then having that toughness along with it, it's been a special group to coach, man. All right, thank you guys.
Coach.